Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming out on this crisp November morning. I'm really honored to be here with United States Senator Dick Durbin and U.S. Representative Darren LaHood, U.S. Representative Rodney Davis, Springfield Mayor Jim Langfelder, Representative Mike Murphy, and Representative Tim Butler, Sangamon County Board Chairman Andy Van Meter, Hanson Engineering CEO Sergio Pecori, and so many others who work tirelessly on behalf of our capital city. Illinois, as some of you know, is the fifth largest economy in the United States, and if it were an independent nation, it would rank 21st largest in the entire world. We are at the crossroads of America for companies that use our roads and our airports, our rivers and our rail, and our people to move their products to market. There's no question, Illinois drives commerce and transit nationally and globally. Our same transportation systems serve a greater purpose, connecting the lives of our residents and our communities. Our roads and bridges deliver Illinoisans to work and back again, to school, to the doctor's office, to the grocery store, to visit our friends. For years, our deteriorating infrastructure has jeopardized Illinois' status in the global economy, and it has sent a message of neglect to the people that we serve. And for too long, people have had to endure the danger and vehicle damage from potholes and fissures, not to mention the anxiety that comes from driving over a bridge that needs significant repairs. But today, we mark a new era. Illinois isn't just making repairs to our infrastructure. Instead, our state is finally making real investments for the future with the historic bipartisan Rebuild Illinois Capital Plan, establishing Illinois as a leading supply chain hub of the nation for generations to come. We're making sure that our roads are safer than ever for our drivers and passengers, of course, and we're saving money for all of our residents. We're here this afternoon to celebrate two major milestones for the Springfield Rail Improvements Project. This is a monumental collaboration of the federal government, the state of Illinois, the city of Springfield, the county of Sangamon, and the rail companies to build a better transportation system in our capital city. For too long, this rail line and these roads have hurt the city's economic development and livability. This initiative has been years in the making. The city of Springfield has long sought to address these problems, whether it's waiting at a train crossing for what seems like forever, or the issue of noise at all hours of the night. Well, I'm proud to say that the deliberation, the planning, the effort over these many years is finally paying off. With a $12 million infusion from the Rebuild Illinois Capital Plan, we're expanding the Laurel and Ash Street projects through a new underpass at Laurel Street, adding bridges for trains above. This construction will improve rail operations while reducing traffic for emergency vehicles, school buses, and commuters. And with another $18 million, we're upgrading the existing single-track bridges at 5th and 6th Streets to double-track bridges, this time with adequate vertical clearance. Together, these projects address issues of public safety, of traffic congestion, of commercial development, and most of all, they honor the livability of this community. Once all is said and done, the 3rd Street rail that currently cuts through downtown will instead become a pathway for bikers and runners, bringing the city together once more. In addition, we're reconstructing the Interstate 55, Interstate 72 interchange to reduce congestion and increase safety, and we're adding additional lanes, bridge replacements, and a pedestrian overpass from the Illinois 97-125 junction to Illinois 4. All in all, Sangamon County will see significant projects that will deliver real improvements in your day-to-day lives in the coming years. That means jobs and commerce now and for years to come. Across the state, Rebuild Illinois will improve and replace 4,200 miles of roads, and 9 million square feet of bridges, and usher in hundreds of thousands of jobs along the way. And what's more, this 6-year, $45 billion plan makes historic investments in all of the sectors that serve as the foundation upon which Illinoisans build their lives. We're directing $35 million toward a new library learning student success center at UI Springfield, $12 million for renovations at the SIU School of Medicine, and nearly $4 million to renovate and expand the Student Services Building at Lincoln Land Community College. We're bringing new life to the 200,000 square foot Armory building, dedicating $120 million to renovations and redesigns. The historic investments of Rebuild Illinois will lead to significant upgrades in all of our communities. But it should also represent to all of you an even more profound transformation in the philosophy of our state government. Illinois is finally fixing what's broken, building on our strengths and moving forward. We're growing jobs, we're investing in the future, and we're building an economy that will work for everyone. And we have a message for the world. Illinois is back, and we're open for business. Look, there's work ahead, but together we can show the nation what it means to stand up for working families and what it means to invest in their future. And I'm very happy to be here today to celebrate that future with all of you. So I want to thank all of you for being here. And now I'd like to introduce one of the nation's greatest statesmen and our hometown senator, Dick Durbin.
Governor Pritzker, thank you for your leadership. And I want to thank the bipartisan coalition in the General Assembly that made the Capitol bill possible. Rebuilding Illinois and building for the future is part of our responsibility in public office, and I know that's shared by my colleagues who are here today, who include Congressman Rodney Davis, Congressman Darren LaHood. I know Andy Menard couldn't make it, but he's here in spirit, and he certainly supported it. Illinois State Representatives Mike Murphy, Tim Butler, and Sue Scheer, thank you for being here. Mayor Langfelder and others who've come together. You know, railroads have been an important part of the history of this capital city. The first steam locomotive to ever come through Springfield came through on the 10th Street tracks in 1842, and several hundred people came out to witness this amazing phenomena. Then you look forward in history a little bit, and you see that in 1861, our president, Abraham Lincoln, boarded a Great Western Railroad at the train depot on 10th Street for his journey to Washington to become president of the United States, the 16th president. The Great Western Railroad, of course, became the Wabash Railroad, and the Wabash became the Norfolk Southern, the same railroad that owns the track here today. Railroads continue to expand in Springfield, and occasionally conflicts arise. Rail and road crossings create serious safety issues and spurred the first study of rail improvements in the city in 1925. I can remember at least 50 years of debate and controversy in this capital city about railroad relocation. Finally, we're doing something. For decades, the city went through countless commissions, studies, plans to consolidate and improve rail traffic through Springfield. Today, we're no longer studying, we're building. These new bridges and this new underpass will decrease congestion, enhance vehicle, pedestrian, and cyclist safety. Ultimately, these projects will improve the quality of life for the people not just in this neighborhood, but citywide and beyond. I think we can all agree that these improvements being made will benefit the local community, our state, and ultimately our nation. Federal investment in transportation infrastructure is critical and creates thousands of jobs and allows communities to grow and prosper. I was proud to join a team in Washington to help secure $36 million in build grant funding so far for the Springfield Rail Improvement Project. I had the pleasure of working with my colleagues to create the BUILD, later called Tiger back then, I should say, program in the Senate Appropriations Committee back in 2009. The BUILD program is the first grant program to give local governments the chance to showcase their best projects and compete for funding at a national level. I'm proud to say we worked to make that happen for Springfield. I'll continue to advocate for the people of the entire state of Illinois and make strong federal investments in transportation the backbone of our future economic growth. Thank you for letting me take part in this event, and it's now my honor to introduce my colleague in the U.S. House of Representatives, Congressman Rodney Davis.
Thank you, Senator Durbin. Thank you, Governor Pritzker. This is a great day. You know, in today's hyper-partisan environment, it's infrastructure investments like this that bring everybody together regardless of what party you represent. And to be able to stand here with my colleagues, both Republicans and Democrats, it's a great day not just for Springfield, not just for the state of Illinois, it's a great day for the United States of America because we're rebuilding together with the federal, state, and local partnership our crumbling infrastructure across this country. And this is just one example of the long-term vision that it takes to continue to invest in a project that's going to do wonders, not just for this area in the city, but throughout this entire corridor. And there are a lot of people standing behind me, but there are a lot more people standing behind the cameras right now that have worked on this project for so long. And I would like to ask all of you and all of us be here, give them a round of applause because that's where the work's getting done. And I do want to say a special thank you to our state legislators that are standing behind me today and those who aren't here. Senator Durbin mentioned Senator Menard. I also know Senator McClure was unable to be here, but the leadership that you see of Representative Butler, Representative Shearer, and Representative Murphy, who I believe this is your district, right, Mike? You know what? They've taken some tough votes, but those tough votes were with projects like this in mind. And it's not easy to withstand criticism afterwards. But you know what? It's days like this that this city and this state and this country should be reminded that we're all here to work together. And we want to see that building come down in a minute. And we also want to see this project move forward so we have the next one a little south of here. Hey, thank you very much. And it's my pleasure now. We talked about partnerships. And I've got a great partnership in Sangamon County to be able to share this great county with my colleague who's going to come up next, Darren LaHood. I couldn't ask for a better partner.
Thanks, Governor. Appreciate it. Thank you. Well, thank you, Congressman Davis. And I want to echo the comments of the governor and Senator Durbin and thank everybody for being here today. And thank you, Governor Pritzker, for your leadership on the Capitol bill here in Springfield, and to our state legislators for taking those tough votes to get it across the finish line. And we're seeing the result here today. I also want to thank the coalition that was put together that continues to work on this project. This is a great day for Springfield. It's a great day for our community here. And it's because of that coalition and the commitment and dedication that they have, what they've been through and what they've done. And particularly, you know, every year, sometimes twice a year, they come out to Springfield and they go to USDOT and they make the rounds. And that has paid off. And that's a result here today. And we think about the Build grant and the Tiger grant that were granted for this project. That is extremely rare in this country to have two grants from U.S. Department of Transportation go to a project, but that happened here. And it's a result of the coalition that's been put together to make this happen. And I'm glad to play a small part in that, along with my colleagues behind me to do that. And I also will just say this project has a long history. But really, I stand on the shoulders of many people that came before me in this project. Senator Durbin, Chairman Van Meter, Satch Picori. Those were the foundational people and many others that started this project. And so today is another piece of that. And I look forward to continuing to work with all of the people here today to see it through completion. We're about halfway there. We have a little longer way to go, but it'll happen with all of you together. And lastly, let me just say, this is a win for our medical community here in Springfield. The biggest economic driver in Springfield is our medical community. And what we've done with this realignment with St. John's and with Memorial and the jobs that are created, that's going to continue to grow. It's a win for the safety of pedestrians and vehicle traffic in our community. And lastly, it's a win with connecting and transforming Springfield. Communities of diversity and communities that hadn't had the connectivity to downtown Springfield. That's going to change with this project. So it's a win for all three of those things, and it's a great day for Springfield. Glad to be a part of it. Thank you. Oh, hold on. Sorry. My next job is to introduce State Representative Mike Murphy. Mike played an integral role with this project, but also working in the legislature to make sure that the Capitol bill got passed. Please welcome Mike Murphy.
Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming out, especially since this project is in the 99th district. When I was elected just a little over a year ago, one of my first briefings was on the 3rd Street Rail project. You know, as a private citizen, I knew about it, and I was supportive of it. But after that briefing, I became a champion for this project. I understand how transformational this is going to be for the city of Springfield. Congressman just mentioned the medical district. I've seen their plans for what will happen once this project is completed in 2025. I'm very excited about that. I, like the other speakers, would like to thank everybody who's been involved in this. This has been a federal, state, county, city initiative, and everybody has worked unbelievably well together, and I'm very proud of that. The Springfield caucus with Senator McClure, Senator Menard, Representative Butler, Sue Shear, and I, we championed this in the General Assembly, and I'm very proud of that. I think this is a shining example of what can happen when we have an open and cooperative effort among everybody. I'm very excited about this project being completed and working on other projects with the same open, cooperative effort. In closing, I'd also like to thank Hanson Engineering for their unbelievable leadership on keeping this project not only on time, but on or under budget. That's an amazing thing, and I'm very proud of that. Once again, thanks for being in the 99th, and I would like to introduce Mayor Jim Langfelder.
Good afternoon. It's a great day for Springfield, as everybody said. I echo their remarks. A special thank you to Honorable Senator Dick Durbin for being the long-standing champion for the rail consolidation project and never forgetting your Springfield roots. Thank you to Senators Duckworth and Congressman Davis for championing our community's important efforts to memorialize the race riot site along the corridor and have it become a national monument. Thank you for Congressman LaHood for helping champion our local efforts and priorities with the FRA. And as many have pointed out, this was a community effort with the Chamber, the Springfield Sangamon Alliance, as well as Chairman Van Meter and myself. A lot of efforts went into getting us to this point. But a huge thank you to our Honorable Governor, J.B. Pritzker, for your fearless leadership in championing the state's first and much-needed capital bill in 10 years. Along with Governor Pritzker, I want to say thank you to our legislative leaders, Honorable Senator Menard and McClure, and Representatives Sue Shear, Tim Butler, and Mike Murphy for working together and supporting Springfield's top priority project with $123 million for rail consolidation. This project has been viewed by many, or by some, I should say, as pie in the sky, but with everyone's leadership, this project has become a reality with a planned completion date by 2025. For many people, they will view this only as a rail corridor, but in truth, the 10th Street corridor and the 3rd Street corridor are corridors of opportunity. The rail consolidation will enhance the medical district's ability to expand along 3rd Street and create other potential development opportunities throughout our downtown. The 10th Street corridor will be the new home for the long overdue intermodal transportation hub, which will generate economic activity with development happening on both sides of the corridor. With all of us working together, federal, state, and local governments, along with our private sector partners, the rail corridors will become the corridors of opportunity that will raise Springfield to new economic heights. This will ultimately improve accessibility and economic development for Springfield's downtown, medical district, and east side. Our heartfelt thanks to Governor Pritzker, our senators and representatives for remembering how important Springfield's place is in our history as the state capital that Lincoln fought for and made his home. As we go forward today, please remember to continue your exemplary work you have done by restoring the state of Illinois' government to be government of the people, by the people, for the people. Thank you very much.
Off to the shovels.
3.
Thanks, Governor. Appreciate it. Great to see you again.